Bodie, good lad. Fox Red Labrador, lovely, lovely, lovely fella, but very, very high energy, very, very excitable, but in a good way. However, that's led him to come to us to look at some basics in relation to pulling on the lead, jumping up like so, etc, etc. So what he's done over time is he's learnt a very, very effective way of getting our attention. And if he puts his paws on our chest, that is what gets him the attention that he craves. So as you can see, I'm actively ignoring him, and there is nothing wrong with ignoring your dog for a period of time to then allow the dog to make the right decision. Jumping gets nothing. Calmness and sitting there or standing there with all 4 feet on the floor gets me something. So very, very powerful, effective way of teaching a lesson. Ignore your dog, and that is totally fine, okay? The second he is calm and not jumping, good boy, he gets rewarded for doing that, okay? Oh, yes, I know this is very, very kind of, that's what the book says, but it doesn't really fit into general life. Well, my dog keeps jumping up as I'm trying to walk away, okay? Totally, totally get that. However, you can stand still and ignore him till he displays a behaviour that we want him to do. Then what we do is we just prolong the time that he is giving us the desired behaviour that we want him to do. Good boy. And then reward him for doing that. Now, key things to note here are, if you've just started to teach the technique of just ignoring until good behaviour is displayed, you may be dealing with a lack of patience. And that lack of patience will be, well, I've sat, I'm not jumping up, and you're still not giving it to me. So I'm going to revert to type and jump up because I know that you'll want to give me one. I know that you've got a reward to give me. So you have to time it correctly as not to promote the jumping up like so, okay? Still jumping, we've just started to look at this. But as you can see, I'm actively ignoring him, yeah? To the point of he's kind of given up and he's going to go away and get distracted and sniff and play or do something else, okay? However, just standing still, not doing anything, not saying anything, promotes the calmness, like so. Good boy. Now again, because we're using food as a reward, a very, very quick motivator to hoist in a lesson with a food-driven dog, clearly. This isn't going to be forever. We're going to start fading out the food and then replacing the food with physical praise or a game or something more fun and rewarding. However, when we do want to reward him with food, we want to be very, very careful about where we give him that food. So again, just ignoring him, waiting for him to make the right decision. Now, if I hold this food reward up high, he can see it. We're going to continue to promote the jumping. Good lad. Not said a word, but I've just ignored him. So I'm going to prolong that distance that he sat there looking at me. And I'm not even looking at him, but I know he's looking at me. So I'm going to prolong that distance, prolong that patience, to further hoist in the point of, if you do this, good things are coming, good lad, okay? But notice I gave him the reward below his head or around his eye level. If we hold it up too high, look what happens. Look what happens, okay? So be very, very mindful of where you actually put that food reward in his mouth, or be very, very mindful of where you offer it to him. So I'm going to try again, a little bit of interaction now. Bodie, sit. So we've now offered him a command. If he does that job successfully and continues to remain calm and relaxed, good boy, he gets a reward. Good lad, good boy. So ignoring your dog, very, very powerful thing. And when I say ignore, I mean forget that they're actually there. Don't look at them, don't talk to them, don't acknowledge them, don't give them a hand, don't give them ignore the entirety of their presence within your area until they make the right choice. And that right choice is not to jump anymore, but to sit down, relax, and look at me. Bodhi, come here. Sit. Still not looking at him, because I want to prolong that engagement. I want to prolong that focus. Good lad, well done, good boy. There you go. Ignore your dog. It's only beneficial when you do.